Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun accordion type fold. It's actually quite easy to make, and it's a great way to use up that designer series paper. So this designer series paper is called Zoo Crew and it's in the current catalog. It is retiring, so make sure you pick that up before it is gone for good. The stamp set that I used is also retiring. It's called Beautiful Balloons. So I used the sentiments in this set. So if you like that set, make sure you get it before it's gone. Okay, so I'm going to point you down to my work surface and get right to it. So this is a card that I showed on my Zoom class a couple weeks ago, and I'm just now catching up. So that's a free class that I offer on Wednesday mornings from 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. Give you all the instructions ahead of time as far as what to cut ahead of time to be prepared to make the card with us. So it'd be great if you could join us for that. So today I have a piece of cardstock. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of cardstock for the mat, and this measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. Like so. And I have a piece of designer series paper that's going to go on the front, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. So those are all standard measurements. So if you aren't used to making cards, you should write those measurements down because they come in quite handy to make cards in the future, because it's all just mats and designer series paper on top. Okay, so now we have our piece of designer series paper that goes on the inside, and this measures 10 inches by 5 1/4. And I haven't scored this yet. I'm going to open up my cutting tool. So this is the Stampin' Up! Cutter and Scorer. So the dark blade cuts your paper, the gray blade scores your paper. So I am just going to score that at 2 inches. Three inches. 4 inches. 5, 6, 7, 8, and I believe that's it. Okay, so the way we're going to fold this is like an accordion. So we have, I want the black side to be facing up, so I'm going to fold this as mount fold, and as a, trying to find my score lines here, valley fold, mountain, valley. And I'm going to come from this side and do the same thing. So this is a mountain fold. I'm sorry. Valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold. So this is going to kind of mess those up along the way somehow, but it's all going to fold in as an accordion. Just like that. Okay, so it should look like that when you're done. So you're actually going to start with valley folds, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Okay? And then we're going to bring our card base back in. Open that up And we're going to take this side. This is the first panel of your designer series paper. And you're just going to lay that down. And I'm just going to lay it right down where I would normally put a matte piece on my cardstock. So it's about 1/4 of an inch in from the, I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom, and 1/4 of an inch, or about 1/8 of an inch from the side. And I'm just going to fold that up again. And put glue on this last panel. And I'm going to push that all down and close up my card. And make sure that adheres really well in there. And then that's going to open just like that. Okay, so I have a greeting here. This is going to go on the front of my card, and I'm going to stamp that with Granny Apple Green. So you can use any die cut for the front, any greeting, of course. So there's my, I think it's time for a celebration. And then I have a die cut that is the exact same size as the one that I've already cut, and that's in black. So I'm just going to make a little cut in the center so that I can create a mat for this this die cut. So I'm just going to turn that over, put some glue on this, line that up so that that banner has a little bit of a border around it on the left and on the right. Just like so. And then I'm just going to put that on the front. I'm going to go ahead and raise that up on dimensionals. I think it'll look nicer that way. Just cutting off some of these extra pieces that I have. And I'll attach that to the front. I want to make sure that that little frog is peeking out, so I need to raise that up a little bit. There we go. All right, and then I've already done my circles, so I just used a let's see, I used a 1 3/4 punch and a 2-inch punch to cut out my circles. And on my original one that I did, I actually fussy cut my little characters here. But then I got smart and decided that I could just cut them as circles and mount them onto white circles. And it looks almost the same, with a lot less time taken to fussy cut those little characters. Don't forget that's a great way to use your designer series paper, is just to find the elements on that designer series paper and cut them out or punch them out instead of using the full sheet as background paper or whatnot. Okay, and then I'm just going to place these on these little folds that I created, and I'm going to stagger them so that they look like so. And I want to make sure that I only put glue on about 1/3 of that circle, because the rest of it's going to overhang and I don't want to glue my card shut. So make sure the circle is doesn't have glue on the back side and that it's lined up with the top of the card. And then I'm going to do the bottom one first before the center one, just so that I can center everything. And I'm just making sure that this lines up with the bottom of my card and that there's no glue on this back side. You can go ahead and close it up and get that glue to stick real good. Now this one I'm going to just place right there, just so now that I know where my bottom and top are, I can make sure that this is going to go right in the center. Just like so. All right, so I'm going to stamp my happy birthday first. You always want to stamp your greetings before you attach your cardstock to your card. That way, if it doesn't look quite right, you can always turn it over and stamp it again. I'll place that right like so. All right, now that card is done. I hope you enjoyed that. It's really a fun card to make and be a fun one to receive too, something a little bit different.